I find myself under the weather this evening. And I know what these symptoms are. These are really the symptoms of purification. Um, when my father passed away on Christmas Day, my marriage was so tumultuous that instead of mourning my dad, I kind of had to take care of my baby, and my teenage acting husband at the time, which honestly was a grace because giving away to grief then would probably render me probably close to not being able to take care of my son. That's how devastating. I mean, obviously the loss of a father is just so devastating, but I needed to keep functioning, and the dysfunction in my immediate family allowed me to do that. And what I'm finding as we head into this Christmas, where I'm going to spend some time solitary, which I think is really beautiful and I really need it. It doesn't surprise me that I'm congested and I have a pain in my heart as I think about my dad. And I think about all the gifts he gave me and how lucky I was to have him. And this layer of grief that I've not really experienced before needs to come through. And some of that grief is going to come through in a physical manifestation. I get it. You know, we all have different ways of physically purifying ourselves. Our bodies are really genius. They're so amazing. So as I find myself in this state now, I succumb to it. I allow myself to be cared for. And I hold my heart. I hold my father to my heart. And I let my heart do what it needs to. And the holidays can bring up these kinds of feelings too. So if you have a great loss, I'm sure it can feel very magnified right now. So I hear you. And, look to all of it, all of the symptoms that come about with grief. You don't have to immediately look at them as teachers. I know when you're in it, you're like, fuck that teacher. I get it. But there's going to be sweetness along with all of these heavy emotions. There will be, I promise. So that's where I find myself today and this evening. And I will see you tomorrow.